and that's why I have the pleasure to work with Mr. Joseph Chan on a regular basis. So today, after giving you a brief introduction of the Erlab ecosystem and to show you how Erlab product can cover all your safety needs in the laboratory, the main topic of today will be storage. So I will be speaking about the storage cabinets, and I will also be speaking about the Chemtrap, which is a product Joseph is very excited about. So I will show you the Chemtrap H and the Chemtrap V. But without further ado, let's start with the presentation of the Erlab ecosystem. So as you may know, as the inventor and the pioneer of the ductless or the so-called filter fume hoods, Erlab has been building unique expertise in the air filtration for the safety of the personnel in the laboratory. So our core product, of course, are the fume hoods. So I propose we check some products together. So here we have our range of fume hoods with one filtration column. We have different models. So the first model, which is one of our best sellers, is equipped with a HEPA filter and is mostly used for weighing. So I will be weighing powders in my enclosure in all safety. So the second product is also 3-to-1, but this time equipped with carbon filters and will allow me to work in all safety with liquid chemicals. And then the last model with one filtration column is the 391. So the advantage of this technology, as you can see, is they have no ducts. They are not connected to anything. So they provide you a full mobility, a full flexibility for the lab. So what does it mean? It's not only walls. Basically, I just need to plug the enclosure in the electricity plug and I can start. I want to change, I can just make it roll and I put it anywhere I want in the lab. Also, I'm not limited in the number of units I place in my laboratory. It's also a big advantage versus ducted technology, which is limited by the duct system. Another critical aspect also is the energy consumption. I don't need a heavy usage of AC or air makeup. All what I need is the fan, which is in this unit, which doesn't consume a lot of energy. So I will make huge energy saving. And also, of course, the environmental friendly aspect, because with the traditional ducted technology, you take the problem and you just bring it to another place. You take the chemical outside and you don't treat them. But what we'll do with filtration is really we take the pollutants and we capture them in our filters. So what we blow at the exit of the filter is just fresh air that can be breathed. So the problem is really treated at the source. So that's it for the fume hood with one filtration column. So we have also bigger units. If you need more retention capacity, we also have units with 2 filtration columns, with 3 filtration columns, and we have the largest one in the smart range, the 714 with 4 filtration columns, which can absorb larger quantities of chemicals evaporated. So next to this range, by developing our expertise in filtration, carbon filtration, we have reached a point where we were able to develop a product which is more cutting edge. It's the GFH. Why I say cutting edge? Because the filter of the GFH, they have a unique composition that allow those filters to absorb a wide variety of chemicals, and so it will allow a wide variety of application happening in the enclosure. So it's very well suited for R&D for R&D handlings and R&D labs. So it's something we are very excited about, and very soon we will come to you with the new generation of GFH, but it will be probably the object of next presentation with Joseph. So this is the first usage in the lab for which we bring protection to the operator. So we bring the safety and the protection to the operator for their handlings. So the second product we have developed thanks to our unique air filtration technology is the halo. So the halo will filter the air in the lab. So you can see it's above me, it's here in the ceiling. So this unit will suck the air in the laboratory, filter, and on the site reject purified air. So this unit, we say it's a second barrier of protection. So basically, if a person performs a handling outside of an enclosure, or I don't know, if you break a bottle, you spill some chemical, or even if you have an old ducted fume hood which is not working efficiently, you may have some pollution in the lab, and the Erlab halo will filter this pollution. So that's for the halo with the carbon filter, but we are about to launch very soon a version of the halo with particulate filter. It will be either equipped with a HEPA or UPLA filter, and it will filter powders, bacteria, and viruses. And it will also be very important to bring safety to the operator in the lab or in the other room next to the lab, especially in this time of pandemics. So the next product range we have developed, thanks to our experience in the detection of chemical, is the HaloSense. So the HaloSense is a real-time monitoring system of the air quality in the lab. So with our experience in the fume hoods, we have developed a very sophisticated system of detection, and we developed this product applying the same technology. So it will monitor in real time the air quality in the lab or in other room, and it will give you an alarm when a specific threshold is exceeded. So it exists in 3 versions, in VOC, acids, or in ammonia. So we have seen one of the second safety needs. So the next safety needs we are covering in the lab, and this is the main topic of today, is the storage. So storage is actually a very critical aspect, but most people, when they think about storage, they think the main risk is explosion of fire. But explosion or fire, they don't happen very often. It's something that happens very seldom. Actually, the main risk when you speak about storage of chemical products is the exposure to the chemical fumes. So when you open the door, a lot of chemical may be released, and so you will be faced. So you can hear the alarm is very reactive. So the danger is having chemical fumes inside the storage cabinet, which are not filtered and which are released in the air, exposing the operator, but also polluting the air and maybe contaminating other people in the laboratory. So that's why it's very important to have a filter storage cabinet. So you will treat the problem of chemicals at the source. So you can see above the cabinet, you have the filtering unit, which will directly capture the chemical fumes. And so it will prevent the risk of having the chemical being released every time you open the door. So when you speak about the storage of chemical, it's also important to consider the type and the quantity of chemical you want to store. Most of the time in the labs, you will store a small quantity of a great variety of chemicals. And for this case, our our storage cabinets, they are the best tool for this. So the first point you may notice is the acrylic panel. So the acrylic panel will enable the operator to see the product in advance, so it doesn't need to open the door and search after. It will directly identify which product. It's also easier to do the inventory, to know exactly when you need to order a new product or change product. So if we check the features of this product, so I will do a close-up on the product. I will show you the smart system. So you can see the unit is equipped with a smart system. So the smart system is real-time monitoring of your unit. Basically, you will have alarm given you by this light, which is pulsing, and by sonar alarms. So you can see here the pictogram. 2 beeps, that means the door is open. 3 beeps, the filter is saturated. And 4 beeps in case of a fan failure. So if I do the test, for instance, and I open the door, you can see directly the light here is pulsing to give me the alarm. And you can hear the 2 beeps to give me the signal I need to close the door because it is not safe. So our safety cabinets come in 2 sizes. So you have come in 3 sizes and with 2 types of doors. And I was showing here the type of door. So the first you saw I was demonstrating is the normal opening door. But we also have the option to have a retractable door, which actually are easier to operate. Okay. So this is for the storage when you have small quantities of different type of chemicals, and also having storage which has clearly demarcated section is also very good for you to follow the safety recommendation. Like you should store the solvent on one side, the acid on the other side. If you have a strong acid like HCl, you should put them in the HCl box, for instance. So having this system allow you to follow the safety recommendation very easily. So that's for the storage, as I say, when you have a large number of chemical in small quantities. But what should you do when you have a very large quantity of one specific chemical, in particular solvents? So you know this very well. In Malaysia, you find many flammable cabinets, mostly because the insurance company, they ask the company storing solvents to use such flammable cabinets. But the problem is that those cabinets are not ventilated. So when the person needs to open the door, it will be exposed to a huge quantity of solvent, really putting his health at risk. And that's where the Chemtrap can really be an asset for you. So the Chemtrap can be put on any flammable cabinet. So you just put the unit directly on the flammable cabinet for the H version. And for the V version next to it, I will show you later. So the principle is very simple. So you should connect the unit to the hose of the flammable cabinet. You just need an electricity plug, and you can transform your so-called dumb flammable cabinet into a smart flammable cabinet, a filtered flammable cabinet. So the Chemtrap exists in two settings. So either with a carbon filter or with a carbon plus a HEPA filter. So I will show you now with a close-up. So do you see the close-up? So on the close-up, you can see the unit is also equipped with the smart system. So you have 2 beeps for the filter saturation, 3 beeps for the fan failure. So you have this pulsing light, which can also give you an alarm when there is a problem. Of course, the system is connected to the eGuard. And to change the filter, it's quite simple. You just need to open the unit this way. It's very easy to do. You just extract the filter, and you can proceed to the replacement. So here I had configuration with I had the configuration with the carbon filter, but it can also come equipped with a HEPA plus carbon filter. So that's it for the Chemtrap H. The Chemtrap H. So now I will switch to the Chemtrap V. Yeah, switch camera. So the Chemtrap V can come under the bench. It's a smaller unit. So you can see here a filter. So it's equipped with a smaller filter. So it has a less retention capacity. So that means it's more suitable for smaller flammable cabinets, which contain less solvent than the one suitable for the H. And the last product I would like to speak about when speaking about storage is our 822. So basically, when people they will be performing handlings in the fume hoods, to avoid them to go very far to reach a specific storage cabinet, or to have them just taking the product and just letting it directly on the table or on a shelf in the laboratory. It's actually better to give them the possibility to have a storage cabinet just next to the worktop, so they can just take the chemical product when they are done and just continue with their handlings. So this kind of handlings, this kind of storage is very suitable to store the chemicals the operator will need for 1 or 2 weeks of supply for his experiment. So it's maybe the supply for 1 or 2 weeks of experiments. So it exists in 2 versions. So one will be with a sliding door like this. And here you can see again, the alarm is very reactive. As soon as I open, you can see the smart system is activated and I can hear the beeps. And the second version, if the camera can follow me, is with a retractable door. So which actually allows you to stay doing your experiment. Just go here and pick your chemical products in a very safe and very easy way. And so the last aspect I would like to cover is the fact that all these products are equipped with our smart technology. And so they're equipped with the eGuard system. The eGuard system is real-time monitoring of your units. So for instance, here I'm monitoring one of my storage. Or here I'm monitoring the storage 834, which is just behind me. So I can know in real time the situation of the unit, if there is an alarm or something I need to intervene on. So that's it for this presentation of the storage product. So I will let Joseph conclude and take your question and comments in a few seconds. Thank you.